Halftime in Sacktown. Grant and Ryan with you, soon to be joined by Jerry Reynolds. The Knicks have a 5-point lead at 53-48. Thank goodness for Domantas Sabonis. I mean, the guy is
Yeah.
unbelievable, isn't he? He really is.
Yeah, his brand translates to just about anything in physical and defense. Let's do it tonight. He's keeping the Kings in it inside.
18 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Fox in double figures. Nobody else really helping out on the scoring ledger.
Yeah, the scoring's a little funky, but I'd also have you look at the assist ledger. The assist number's not larger than normal, but the distribution of it's much different. You got numerous players with 2, so guys are touching the ball. I just think shots aren't going down. I think that'll change hopefully in the second half.
Yeah, and the Knicks are a good defensive team.
Great defense.
That's Tom Thibodeau's staple signature. I mean, call it whatever the hell you want. That all coaches like to play defense, but Tib really preaches it. Let's get to Jerry Reynolds. Jerry, this is an interesting style against the Knicks because they're one of these teams that they don't just preach defense, they play defense. And, Ryan was talking about the Kings missed some shots, no question about it, but the Knicks are a good defensive team.
Actually, they're darn near great. I mean, they are so physical and really they make you play their style of play. And I mean, every basket has to be earned. Now, Kings had some open shots, but everybody gets some open shots. But boy, they take things away. It's been really remarkable that Domas has been able to do what he's been able to do, and Brunson on the other end. He's a great young player, but he's made some really tough shots. So it's a war out there. I love it. I mean, this is playoff basketball. I mean, this is exactly what this is.
Ryan, 21 points for Brunson. I mean, he was pretty amazing for the Knicks in that first half.
Yeah, he was pretty spectacular, and he was contested on a lot of those shots, like Jerry said. So if you're doing what the Kings are doing, keep extending the defense, get a hand in his face, maybe some won't go.
All right, here are the numbers, though. We talk about the defense. Sacramento shot 39% in the first half, and they were only 5 of 18. Now, the one thing they did do, and they have been doing a better job, and that's shooting free throws. They got there 12 times, they made 11. Jerry, we talk about assist to turnover ratio. That will tell you a lot about this Kings team. 11 assists, 6 turnovers.
Yeah, they've just got to value the ball, and that's easy to say, hard to do, because clearly the Knicks really challenge every dribbler or any possession in the paint. They're getting hands in there. They're getting by with some fouls too, but the Kings are too. I mean, to some degree, I certainly think the Knicks getting the biggest advantage because the refs really allow them to wrap guys up a little bit, and they've got to clean that up. Hartenstein for sure has gotten by, just close to hugging Tomas. So, but it's you're going to earn your baskets, and the Kings have got to start making some open threes to some level and taking care of the ball. If they do those two things, I think they're going to have a great chance to win.
Jerry, we don't always see, or we see, I should say, teams get hot this time of year, but we don't always see teams change. Are we seeing the Kings get hot, or are we seeing them change?
Well, I think you're seeing them play better defense. I mean, I think this team is getting to be consistently a better defense the last several games, and I think, of course, a lot of that is guys like Keon Ellis and Davion Mitchell getting more time, and those guys get after it. And I think Keegan, although he's having a terrible offensive game, really is doing some other awfully good things. So, but I do think this team is getting better defensively. But where it's going to take them, I don't know. But I don't see a downside. I mean, we know this team can't really just win on offense.
Well, they can't win on offense, especially in this game, playing with only 2 starters contributing. I mean, Barnes didn't do anything, 4 points. Keegan had an off first half. He was only 2 of 8. Well,
Harrison got to the line. Harrison got to the line 4 times, and in a game like this, that tells me he's involved and he's grinding down low.
Yeah, okay, but I'm not going to disagree with that, but he still only had 4 points. And then, Kevin Huerter played 10 minutes and didn't score a point.
Yeah, that's been the real drain, no question about it. Because if you're going to play Kevin, he's got to find a way to score, and certainly Fox and Malik Monk are doing. It's tough going out there for them, but
Yep.
they're doing what you expect them to do: create some problems and score points. And of course, Domas has been the best player on the floor, either he or Brunson. That's for sure.
Yeah,
What,
no doubt.
what do you guys think in the second half? I mean, I'm looking at the trends of this game, and I just don't like it from Sacramento's perspective. I think they're going to have a difficult time winning this game. I just do. I think the Knicks are going to win this game. I think it will be another type of a low-scoring half, relatively speaking. I think this is going to be a very close game, but I got the Knicks winning this game 108 to 106.
I don't know if it'll even get to 100, but I think the Kings can win it. I do, but I think it's going to be 101 to 99, and we're going to have to see Keegan Murray in particular, make a couple of threes. I think, but it's going to be a slugfest out there. I'm telling you, I can't wait to see it. But it's not going to be. A lot of fans aren't going to like it. It's not pretty basketball, but it's real basketball.
Yeah, I think this crowd's going to take on the energy of this game, and I think the Kings, it's going to be a very close, similar game to this. They pull it out 98 to 97, an emotional win.
Well, the Kings are definitely, I think, revving up at the right time of the year. I think they're playing more consistently based on the last two games, Milwaukee and the Lakers. And even though they're down, I mean, this was still a pretty good half. It's the style of basketball that maybe is not. I personally like watching this type of basketball.
Yes.
I really do. It's
Me too.
it's a nice change.
Yeah,
it's
refreshing.
a nice change.
Yeah, when points have to be earned. I mean, there's just no freebies out there. I love it. And and really the Knicks, I mean, they're the only real threat in the East to the Celtics, in my opinion. I mean, they're with Thibodeau's teams, they're going to make it tough on everybody.
But they need to get Randall back in particular if they're going to upset a team like Boston. I don't think they could do it without him.
They don't have enough offense without him.
Right.
They get him, and I don't know. I don't really think they can upset Boston. Don't get me wrong. I just think they're the best team other than Boston, and I think they're a lot scarier to Boston than Milwaukee is, or Philly is, or Miami.
Yep.
Here's what I know about this New York team. I'm happy we're playing them this late. There's not a lot of teams in the Western Conference that play basketball like the Knicks do. So win or lose, the Kings are going to learn something from this tonight.
Yeah, by the way, that's a good point, Ryan. And you know how many teams in the West play like they do defensively? Zero.
Yeah, zero. Yeah, zero. New Orleans won earlier today. They beat Portland. So we saw Phoenix win last night on the second night of a back-to-back. Phoenix then has Milwaukee on the road next. So, we'll see if the Kings can hold ground. But you guys both think the Kings win this game, correct?
I do. Going to be close.
Yeah,
don't know if my
Patrick
pacemaker can keep pace, but we'll see.
Let's hope it does, Jerry.
Well, let's hope.
Yeah.
Jerry, do you really believe that this is one of those games, and it's kind of old-fashioned, that the team that really does score 100 first will win the game?
I do. Yeah, the Lawler rule, I think, will be in effect. I mean, so I think whoever gets to 100 first is going to be the victor. Just hope it's going to be the Kings, and they're certainly. I don't think in doubt the Kings can play better, but on the negative side, I think the Knicks can play better.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be, it's going to be a half of real basketball.
It's a little unrealistic to expect both Brunson and Sabonis to keep up this pace, correct? So, I mean, we're really talking about, will it be Fox versus Sacramento? And if Brunson doesn't, duplicate this half, who's going to be the guy for the Knicks, Ryan? Who do you expect to see step up for the Knicks in the scoring department? Anunoby?
It's probably OG. I hate to say Josh Hart, but I kind of want to say him too, because he's just on that all-team Kings killer.
Yeah, I mean, Josh is such a good all-around player. I think that's where the Kings do have the advantage, with both Monk and Fox are capable of going off for big numbers, and Keegan has too at time. But I think those two guys probably a little better as looking into the second half. But the guy that scares me for the Knicks is DiVincenzo. I
Yep.
mean, he's been scoring consistently,
Good point.
for these guys. So, so anyway, hard to tell, but
Yep.
yeah, we really need, this is another example, I think, where you need Malik to become the monkster, because he's going to have to create some offense, and like he always does. But it's going to be harder. But he's a guy who can do it.
Yeah, he had 8 points on only 3 shots. So, yeah, you would think his numbers at the end of the game are going to have to be around 20 or more, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's a guy that's capable, and with all the attention on Fox, he might be able to really get some things going, not just for himself but others. He's good at that too.
Hey, Ryan, I think we received our answer earlier today. There was some speculation. We talked about this with Jerry at the last game, and then we talked about this on the post-game show about whether at this juncture of the season, Mike Brown would change the lineup because of how Ellis plays as a starter and how up and down, Kevin Huerter's been. And we got our answer. Huerter, as soon as he was healthy, starts.
Yeah. And Mike Brown, for him, he even said it. It's about who's going to be on the floor at the finish. And we talk about that all the time. So with everybody kind of playing pretty good, I want to see who that 5 is going to be tonight.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting because, certainly Mike really had the quick hook for Huerter, as he should have, because Kevin just wasn't getting anything done. And I thought, so both Ellis and Davion did what you wanted them to do, really be disruptive defensively and everything. So, but your point's exactly right. It's who's on the floor at the end, and if Kevin can't get something going offensively, it won't be him.
No, it won't. Jerry, appreciate you. Enjoy the second half.
I'm going to, man. Let's just get a Kings win here, man. I might not come down for 24 hours.
All right.
Love it.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All right,
Thanks,
Rhino,
Jerry.
we'll be back here in an hour. We'll look forward to it, and we'll take calls, and we'll interact with the fans. We'll look forward to that right after the game.
Can't wait. Let's get it. Light the beam.
Yes, indeed. Talk to you soon, everyone. Enjoy the second half. Currently, the Knicks lead 53-48. Talk